Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not this one? As it's my day off today, why not? Classic film, Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Walk. That's right, Jailhouse Walk. Come out in 1957 and it was his second movie role. You know, after the success of Love Me Tender, he decided to make it big on the stream. Now, in all fairness, people could love me or hate me. Elvis fans out there could love me or hate me. But in all fairness, I was never a lover of Love Me Tender. His first film, I felt his acting. If people say Elvis couldn't act, there you go. Love Me Tender was an example of that. I felt his acting got better over the years. But in that, I felt his acting was wooden. I can be fair and I can be lenient. Because at the end of the day, in all fairness, Elvis Presley isn't an actor. He's a singer. He's directed rock and roll, he's directed soul, he's directed other different types of music. So he was probably off his boundiness as an actor. So, you know what I mean? I felt better directing, maybe more acting experience, could have landed him a better acting part in that. But I felt the film was slow, it went at a slug's pace, it was fucking boring as fuck. It was dated as a cowboy, but he got shot, he dies. At the end, you got his tombstone. If you look at the life of Elvis and the death of him in real life, it's very hard to watch now. You got the song at the end, Love Me Tender, and I wasn't a lover of it. I don't even think Elvis's mum, when she was alive, may she rest in peace, was a lover of it, because she never liked the ending. The fact that even though it's only acting, you know, the fact that Elvis gets shot and dies, and at the end you've got Love Me Tender, Love Me Too. You've got that. But saying that, they decided to do a second film because Love Me Tender did make it big theatrical wise. So we did Jailhouse Walk. Now this one is a big improvement, a better story, a better space, a better everything. I do think Elvis's acting's a bit wooden here and there. You can see when he got to his other films, so it'd be Blue Wire, Funny in Acapulco, there was in Technicolor, G.I. Blue, all that. I gotta admit his acting did get better as he went on. In this, there are bits where I do feel he's a bit wooden. I can't lie. Even I'm a lover of Elvis, but even I cannot lie on that. But I still like the story. It's in black and white. It's the late 50s, 57, and I was repeating myself. And it starts off with Elvis, he's a naughty boy, he gets arrested, and he goes to I say like a prison, really. I think like the Elvis at the time was what? He was in his 20s. You know what I mean? In the UK, it would have been a bar still. But I don't know, it's America. America's probably different. So he goes to prison, jail. And there's a bit where he's naughty, he gets into a fight in the dinner table. Ellen must have really altered in that era, because I don't remember them doing that in prison, but it's a different era. So I went with it. But I'd actually praise the film for it. I praise it because I feel it was ballsy. There's a scene where he gets punished for fighting, he gets ripped, he gets the cane. You have to see Elvis getting proper ripped. And he does no singing in it, no la 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 la, no singing non-stop. It's not like in movies that say like Blue Hawaii fucking Paradise Hawaii style, I meant to say. Funny in Acapulco, all them, and every 2 minutes you can make a pound bet he's going to have a sing-song. This is more, I wouldn't say down to earth, but it's not where you're watching it to think Elvis is going to jump around and having a sing song every 5, 6, 7 minutes. It's not that film. So in the film, they want this fun event. They realise he's got a talent at singing. He meets a mate on the way and he gets out of jail. But he makes his fame from being in jail. And then he does a concert called the Jailhouse Walk, which is the name of the film. And anyone that knows the Jailhouse Walk will know the song Jailhouse Walk, Walk, Walk. Damn now, I can't remember how it went. But anyone knows it, they know it. He's got the stipe costume on, he's pretending he's still in prison, he's dancing around with faking mates. And he goes, we on Jailhouse Walk. And everybody knows the song. Everybody knows it, it's an iconic song. And I love the way he had his hair, you know, the 50s hairstyle, the tiff. I can't do it because I'm bald as a bad job, but I just love the way he looked then. You definitely see him with a penis, he had a personality. You could definitely see it in this, even though he's acting. I wouldn't say he was shit. People say he couldn't act, but I wouldn't say he was shit. Just little bits here and there. He comes across wooden in his performance, but he did have a presence. That's what I meant to say. He had a presence. So he meets a girl, helps him get in the music business. There's going to be a love interest there. But in the film, he gets arrogant, he gets snotty. And I kind of like that, because when you look at it, it's all like Elvis's life story, what would happen if he become famous. So he does become arrogant, he becomes cocky, he becomes mischievous and pushes his friends away. He's got his other mate who met him, who come out of prison at the same time. He wants to get it in the music business. There's a lot of history. The girl that paid his death end, his love interest in this, sadly died a couple of months. I think it could have been an accident, a car accident, something like that. If anyone knows the history of Jailhouse Walk, let me know if I've got that right or wrong. But I do know she actually lost her life in an horrible accident a couple of months after this film, and Elvis was heartbroken. In real life, he was heartbroken. It's a very sad story. Everyone knows the history of Jailhouse Walk, they definitely know what I mean by that. So there's a bit of sad history there of the film. But as I was about to say, yeah, his mate comes into it, and he wants to get in the music business. It gets him to do an audition. His music's a bit out of touch, so he gets dismissed. And you know what I mean? It's a bit, to me, this is all like Elvis when he was starting to get in the music business, only what would happen if he was in Nick and come out of Nick. And he becomes a snotty with his mate. He treats his mate like shit. He tells him to be a servant and everything. His mate gets pissed. He has a fight and he makes a mistake. He punches him there. Punches him in the jugular. And he's in hospital. People think his singing career's over. He can't sing anymore. But then he ends up singing something called I Want You, I Love You, something like that. I can't remember how it goes now, the song. Most of these other films, I always know the songs off by heart, whether it be Blue Wire, whether it be Fun in Acapulco, whether it be Fever Los Faders. But in this one, I never get to one of the songs, something called I Love You or something like that. But he sings it anyway. He's got a big bandage round his neck. His mate's feeling like dog shit because he's done it, but he starts singing again. His love interest gives him a hug. He has a bit more of a sing-song. I like movies in that era. The end. But, like I say, it's black and white. It's the late 50s. It was the era when James Dean was making it big. This was the era when a lot of rock and roll was still in its heyday, still in its prime. And I actually like the film, actually. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. There are bits where I do feel Elvis's acting's a lot wooden in this. Like the bits where he talks like this. Come on, Ed, walk my dog, and I want you to tidy my room. And, oh, iron my shirts. So there are bits where I do feel his acting's wooden, but there are other bits where I do think he doesn't really do a bad job. In my eyes, I don't think Elvis Presley did a bad job in this. And I do admit, it's his second acting role. I don't want to do it to maybe more of an actor with more experience. It would have been a better role. But I do think Elvis made this film. The song, everyone knows it, Jailhouse Rock. Do it on Jailhouse Walk. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows the sing song. I love the film. I like the fact it's in black and white. Because sometimes I'm a sucker for old films. I do not like it. I fucking hate when they colorise a film. If the film's in black and white, in my eyes, leave it in black and white. And I mean, I'm old school like that. And I like the fact it's in black and white. I like the fact it's old school. I like the fact it has a decent story to it, isn't, you know what I mean? It's a sad story about the love interest, his story in real life, what happened. If anyone wants to know the stories, probably loads of biographies off Jailhouse Rock. But his second outing, I think he did a lot better than Love Me Tender. I just said, Love Me Tender, I'm not a lover of it. For his first film, I felt his acting was more dry. I'm just going back on myself here now, but Jailhouse Rock, I thought was a big improvement. It was a big improvement. And for that, and for his second role, acting, I could take it or leave it, but it's not the worst. Being me, I've seen singers get into the acting business, and believe me, they ought to stick to singing. I think he was actually alright, so fuck it. I'd be $10. So for this, a 4-star rating. It's a classic. Jailhouse Rock. Into them. Be smart. Be safe. See you later.